Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, via YouTube streaming, and also via Skype online. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming. Bliss is the nature of God. Bliss is God. God is indefinable. God is not your experience. But to some extent, in certain moments, bliss or happiness is your experience. Therefore, if any definition that can be given for God, then bliss is His definition. Bliss is His name. Still that can be used. Seek bliss, God will happen to you. Truth, as such as we know, remains intellectual. And intellect is only a part of man's being, only a part. Love becomes emotional. This too is a part of human being. Neither intellect nor love is whole. As compared to that, bliss means body, mind, and soul put together in a harmonious dance. When body, mind, and soul are in a harmonious dance, bliss happens. Happiness happens. Bliss means your whole being is in harmony and in such an attunement that there is no conflict, tension, or misery left. That is what happens when you are in a state of dance. Everything is in harmony. Your physical body, your mind, the body begins to come in the rhythm, the mind begins to hum tunes, and there is a dance of ecstasy. Bliss means your whole being is in harmony and is in attunement with all that is. There is no conflict, no tension, no misery left at all. Bliss means absolute silence, but it is the silence that sings, a silence that is capable of celebration, a silence that is overflowing, a silence that is dancing, and you are filled with the fragrance of this silence. Fragrance of silence that surrounds you. The beauty of silence that captivates you. Bliss means peace, but not a dead one. Not the peace that exists in the cemetery. Instead, that peace that surrounds the peaks of high mountain, the peace that surrounds a beautiful garden, the peace that surrounds a flowing lake, a peace that is alive, thriving, pulsating, and has a melody with it. Man can deny God. There are atheists and theists, those who deny God and those who accept God. But no one, whether he is theist or atheist, can deny bliss. You can be atheist. You can say, I do not believe in God. There is no God. And in fact, there is no way to prove if there is any God. The atheist stands on firmer ground logically than the theist. The theist cannot defeat the atheist logically. It is impossible. The atheist is intellectually more right, intellectually more potent, but only intellectually. The theist is right as far as existentiality is concerned. However, existence is so vast, it cannot be reduced to an intellectual terms. Hence, God can be denied very easily. A child can say, no, I cannot. I cannot believe in God because I cannot see Him. And you have no way to prove the presence of God to him. You can do it logically, but not otherwise. Science denies God because God cannot be caught in a test tube. In fact, out of 100 people, 99 people are atheist. They may be a Christian atheist, Hindu atheist, Muslim atheist, and they may be regular churchgoers. That makes no difference. They may be regular churchgoers, but that makes no difference. Deep down, they cannot believe something which is absolutely illogical and they cannot prove it in any way. Man is brought up in such a logical way. He is educated through logic. The entire human makeup is logic. The God is absolutely illogic. Hence, it is very easy to deny the presence of God. But no one can deny bliss. Everybody is searching for happiness or bliss in one way or the other. To deny bliss means to deny all that is significant in life. To deny bliss means nothing is left in life except suicide. Then why go on living? And for what if there is no happiness? Then there is no hope. Tomorrow is going to be the same as today. Today is the same as yesterday. Then the entire life becomes useless and living becomes cowardly. If there is nothing to be achieved, nowhere to reach, no destiny, then you go on living, then to go on living, to go on existing is simply absurd. Either a fool can do so or a coward, but both are not values worth cherishing. But no way bliss can be denied. To deny bliss is to commit suicide. Hence masters deny God hence masters define God as bliss. All those who have known, who have experienced God or godliness, they define it in terms of bliss. You cannot forget the word. You can forget the word God. It is only a word. But the real thing, the meaningful thing is bliss. If you can be blissful, overflowing, your feet are dancing, God is lurking through your bliss. In that moment, you have absolute proof that God is. This is what happened to Jalaluddin Rumi. He danced 35 hours. It was the dance of ecstasy. In that moment, you have absolute proof that God is. But that proof is something absolutely subjective. You cannot make an object of it. You cannot call your friend to see and tell him that this is God. It is not a thing, and it is so deep inside you that only you can reach to that depth. Someone who begins to dance along with you to the tunes that are being played, he will experience the same thing deep within. You cannot invite anyone else. Hence, it is so difficult to express anything about God. The mystics have been trying ways and means to express God in many ways. A few have remained silent. If you ask a Buddha, is there God? He immediately closes his eyes and sits silent. Silence is Buddha's reply. Silence for Buddha is God. To say be silent, be still, and you know, he says be silent, be still, and know. You can misunderstand and think that he is just being rude to you. You have asked a question, and if he has not had the answer, this means he does not think you worthy enough. Or you think that he does not know at all. Hence, he is silent. Or you can think he does not believe in God and is not courageous enough to say it. You can misunderstand his silence. Words can be misunderstood. Every day we meet people who give you the impression that they are very close to you. They are your real well-wishers. But this is only word. We meet at the level of the words intellectually, but there is no meaning in it. You can misunderstand his silence. Words can be misunderstood. Also, silence can be misunderstood even more. Indeed, it is up to you what to make out of you. But when Buddha keeps silence, he is simply saying, be silent, and you will come to know. This is the way to know, and this is my way of expressing bliss, or all that godliness is. If you ask Meera, the woman mystic of India, she will immediately start dancing and singing. And that is her answer. She is saying, dance and sing and be lost in your dance. Utterly lost. Abandon yourself in singing. Be drunk and you will know. Raman says, whatsoever is your path, that of silence or singing and dancing, be lost into it. And when you reach to the core of silence, when you reach to the core of dance, dance becomes natural and spontaneous. You will know. But you may think Meera is slightly mad or crazy and gone nuts. I have asked her about God and she started dancing. There seems to be no relevance between dance and the answer to the question God. This is how you think. This is how there is very subtle meaning in it. Unless one is very sympathetic and really open, one is going to miss all the answers that have been given by the mystics and the masters. But one thing is certain, Buddha is blissful in his silence. So too, Meera is blissful in her dance, blissful in her song. Christ is blissful even on cross. Christ is blissful even on the cross. Krishna is blissful with the flute on his lips, playing on his flute. Krishna is sharing his bliss with existence. Jesus is sharing his bliss while on the cross. Indeed, bliss is God. Seek bliss and you will find God. Seek bliss and you will find God. Only this much for this morning. Until Saturday when we meet again. Take care and do have a pleasant day.